Nigeria's Fidelity Bank has reported a growth of 20% in profit after tax to 21.5 billion naira for the first 9 months of this year. This is up from the 17.9 billion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2018. According to the unaudited results, Fidelity Bank PLC recorded gross earnings of 161 billion naira in 2019, showing an increase of 15%. Managing Director, CEO of Fidelity Bank PLC, Mr. Nnamdi Okonkwo, said he is looking forward to sustaining the momentum in fourth quarter of 2019 and achieving set targets for the financial year. And Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu is with me to discuss all of this further. So what do you make of the third quarter results here as well for 2019?
The decent top line growth of about 16.3%. Yeah. The gross earnings grew by about 16.3%.
All right.
Even though the net interest income was flat. The growth was, minuscule. But that growth in gross earnings was driven by about the growth in their net fee income by about 43% year on year compared to this time last year.
True.
So that income also is driven by that net fee income is driven by the digital marketing income. The digital products they're using now. Do remember that a lot of banks are pushing that. So Fidelity is making a lot of money from all the things we're complaining about. Each time you make your transfer, the first alert you get even before your money goes through is the alert for the charge by the bank. Yeah. So they're making a lot of money from there. So despite the environment that is happening in the environment, they were able to manage. Expenses grew by about 14.5%. Not too bad. The combination of that led them to have a profit growth before tax growth of about 15%. Yeah. And then a profit after tax growth of 20% because they manage their tax better. So you would have expected the PBT and the PAT to be on the same level, but because the growth in PAT is higher, it just means that they did a lot of better tax management. So on profitability, top line was good, 16.3% growth in gross earnings. Okay. And they managed it downwards to translate to about commensurate growth in their profit before tax of about almost 15% too. On customer deposits, grew by about 14%. Okay. Again, the ability to go out there and convince customers to, give them money to look after. And then considering the competition we have in the environment. Yeah. On the back of that, they were able to grow their net loans by about 26%. This is, as I said it before, this would be like a good, sweet music in the ears of our CBN governor, who is trying to push for, lending to the real sectors of the economy. Of course, also, total assets of the bank grew by 14.6% to about 1.97 trillion, almost 2 trillion. Size is important, but also relativity is very more important. True. We don't look at the ratios. Yeah. Cost-income ratio for Fidelity Bank has been flat up at 71%. Okay. Now, in my discussion with the management of the bank, I've told them this has been stiff. For them to be very profitable the way they should be, they should need to bring it down to about 65%. I'm aware the bank has carried out some initiatives that will enable them to write down these expenses downwards. NPA ratio, basically, how much of the loans are bad, it fell from 5.7 to 4.8%, which is good, especially in relation to the fact that the loan book grew. Right. They gave more loans, but the bad loans also fell. Right. And then overall, also, is the ratio of return on equity. I explained it again. If an investor gives Fidelity Bank 100 naira, how much the return at the end of the year? It came into about 12 naira. So which is also commendable. Right. So for a 9 months period, this is not a bad result for them.
Right. Some positive note there on Fidelity. So the bank is a Tier 2 bank desirous of moving to the Tier 1 territory with the other 5 big fellows there. So how have they fared in this journey? I know it's not an easy thing to achieve, but at least they're making some moves here.
When we're analyzing the top 5 banks, we use some parameters. One of the parameters we use is size, which is total assets. Okay. That's one of the first parameters we use. And we'll say that now the largest is Access Bank, which come in at 6.6 trillion. And the smallest is Guaranty Trust Bank, which came in about 3.51 trillion. Okay. Now, the total assets of Fidelity Bank now is about 2 trillion. So between them and the smallest of the big 5, which is GT, they have about 1.5 trillion journey to go, and that's substantial. So, but I'm sure the fact that they grew their total asset by 15% means that they're on the trajectory to grow the total assets, and hopefully they will be there maybe by 2022 as a project.
Indeed. Now, briefly, what can you see are the unique strategies of the bank at this rate?
Yeah, apart from one of the major things that Fidelity Bank has, harped on has been digital banking. Okay. Indeed, they've done so well in that their report said they have about 47% of their customers now enrolled in mobile or internet banking products, okay. And about 82% of the total transactions now are done on digital platforms instead of walking into the banking hall. So maybe they should need to close the banking hall they have around. And about 32% of the fees, remember we said that their income grew because of the growth in the fees. Yeah. But 32% of the fees they earned came from digital banking. So that's one major area that let's say have been happening on. Yeah. The other thing also that if you look through the newspapers, you'll see Fidelity pushes SMEs a lot. They run a program for exporters and a lot of other ASMEs to empower them and prepare them. Yeah. Because one of the limiting factors to lending to them is the lack of structure and lack of competence. So Fidelity have been pushing in empowering and educating the SMEs to prepare them for growth. So those are key things that have driven their strength. This year, they have pushed a lot on oil and gas lending, and their loan portfolio is driven by oil and gas. And then about 40% of the deposit also is from foreign exchange. So, they have done well in those strategies.
Indeed, they have. Just between you and I, for every digital platform, you need a manual contingency plan, backup as it is. All right, Chika Mbonu, I'd like to thank you very much for your thoughts on Unilever and Fidelity. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.